Shalom, shalom. It's the Bible Study Dude. Are you ready to get started on season 1? Let's get this thing rolling. This show is based on the life and ministry of Jesus Christ as it is written in the Bible. All biblical and historical context and any artistic imagination are designed to support the truth and intention of the Scriptures. The Chosen is in no way trying to add to Scripture, rather trying to come up with plausible scenarios of what could have happened and could have been said on their journeys that are not included in the Bible. The Chosen always encourages their viewers to go read their own Bible and find the accounts depicted in each episode. And I encourage you to do the same thing. This show has definitely made me read the Bible in an entirely different way now. Let's get right into the episode and my pre-show notes, some things to look for, people we're going to get introduced to. Obviously, this is the first episode, so a lot of introductions in this episode. To start it off, there's a quick reference to a bright new star in the sky. I bet you can guess which one that is. We're going to be introduced to Mary Magdalene, although you're going to find out she's going to have a different name at first. We'll get into that a little bit later. We're going to be introduced to Nicodemus. I'm sure that's a name you know if you're familiar with Scripture. Someone that's not in the Bible and is fictitious, his name is Quintus. He is the Roman praetor of Capernaum. I'll get into what a Roman praetor and all that is after the episode is over. We are introduced to Matthew the tax collector in this episode. We are also introduced to some of the Pharisees. There were 4 major sects back in the day: Sadducees, Pharisees, Essenes, and the Zealots. We're going to be introduced to a few Pharisees in this episode. Their names will be Yusuf and Shmuel. They will become important characters that we follow throughout the season and the future seasons of The Chosen as well. We are also going to be introduced to a different Roman soldier. His name is Gaius. I want you to pay attention to Gaius. He is going to become an important character as we move throughout the seasons of The Chosen. In this episode, Nicodemus is going to attempt an exorcism. As you know the story of Mary Magdalene, she was possessed by 7 demons, and Nicodemus is going to take a crack at it. Watch how that goes. And we are going to also be introduced to Simon Peter. His name is not Peter yet. His name will be Simon for a while. So Simon and his brother Andrew, we are going to get introduced to. We are also introduced to Simon's wife. Now, in scriptures, we do not know her name, but in the show, she is named Eden. We'll get introduced to all of those people in this episode as well. So at this time, I would like to invite you to go watch Season 1, Episode 1. I hope you enjoy. I'll see you soon with my post-show notes. We'll go over everything you just watched. I really hope you enjoyed Episode 1. What a way to end that one. If you're not smiling after watching the end of that one, a little tear in your eye, I'm not sure what's wrong with you, but let's get right into some nerd notes. Some of the people you were introduced today, I'm going to go over some historical facts that I found. Now, I do use Google AI, so they may not be 100% true, but just so you know, that is what I use. I also try to use the Bible roundtables that are on the Chosen app. So Dallas Jenkins and his biblical consultants that he uses, I try to watch all those Bible roundtables to get some historical and cultural information from them as well. So let's jump right into Nicodemus. Nicodemus was a wealthy Pharisee and a member of the Sanhedrin, the Jewish ruling council who was mentioned exclusively in the Gospel of John. Though he was a religious leader, he was drawn to Jesus' teachings and eventually became a quiet but courageous follower. His story is told in 3 distinct moments in the Gospel of John, chapter 3, John chapter 7, and John chapter 19. Through these events, Nicodemus is often seen as an example of a cautious believer whose faith gradually grew bolder and more public. Aside from the biblical accounts in the Gospel of John, there are no definite first century historical sources that confirm Nicodemus' identity. Nicodemus is a figure known almost exclusively from Scripture. Matthew the tax collector. He is named Levi in the Gospels of Mark and Luke. If you look up Mark chapter 2, verse 14, Luke chapter 5, verse 27. Before getting called to follow Jesus, Matthew was a tax collector, or as you'll hear it referred to in the show, a publicanus, working for the Roman government. His profession likely made him very wealthy. He was very well educated and had the necessary skills of record keeping, mathematics, and speaking multiple languages. The Gospels of Matthew, Mark, and Luke all recount the moment Jesus saw Matthew, or Levi, sitting in his tax booth and simply just said, "Follow me." Matthew immediately left his lucrative position and followed Jesus, demonstrating a profound conversion and commitment. As one of the 12, Matthew got to witness Jesus' ministry firsthand. Christian tradition credits him with writing the Gospel of Matthew, documenting Jesus' life and teaching. After Jesus' ascension, Matthew is believed to have preached the gospel in Judea before traveling to other regions. Traditions differ on his exact travels, but many sources claim he established Christian communities in Ethiopia and Persia. Though the exact details of his death are unconfirmed by biblical sources, ancient Christian traditions hold that he died as a martyr for his faith. The tradition states that he was either burned, stoned, or stabbed. In some faith bases, Matthew is seen as the patron saint of accountants, bankers, bookkeepers, and of course, tax collectors. Mary Magdalene. Magdalene likely refers to her place of origin, which was Magdala, a fishing town on the western shore of the Sea of Galilee. It is unclear whether she was born there or simply lived there. For centuries, Western tradition identified Mary Magdalene as a prostitute. This misconception originated from a 6th century sermon by Pope Gregory the Great, who incorrectly conflated her with the unnamed sinful woman in Luke chapter 7. The Catholic Church officially corrected this error in 1969. Other sensationalist claims from modern fiction, like the popular movie Da Vinci Code starring Tom Hanks, that Jesus and Mary Magdalene were married, have no basis in historical or biblical evidence. Biblical facts about Mary Magdalene include that she was healed by Jesus and became a follower. You can find that in Luke chapter 8. Being a witness to the crucifixion, Matthew chapter 27, Mark chapter 15, John chapter 19. And being the first person to encounter the resurrected Christ. That's in Matthew 28, Mark 16, Luke 24, and John 20. 3 of the 4 Gospels name Mary Magdalene as the first person to discover Jesus' empty tomb. In the Gospel of Luke, Mary was not mentioned specifically as the first, but she is listed among other women followers to see the resurrected Jesus before the men. In the Gospel of John, she is the first to see the risen Christ, who then commissions her to go tell the other disciples. Because of this, Mary Magdalene is sometimes referred to as the apostle to the apostles. I hope you've enjoyed part 1 so far. Part 2 is coming out real soon. I'll catch up with you. We'll finish off our nerd notes, and then we'll talk about the episode. Appreciate you guys. Like and share. Please subscribe if you like what you see.